Wishing a very good morning to all of you present here today. All human actions have one compulsions, habit, reason, passion, desire. And of course, for us, the Gavel Club. Isn't it, Hiruri? And of course, for us, the Gavel Club. Isn't it, Hiruri?
Yes, Kanchana. Irma Bombek once said that families aren't easy to join. They are like an exclusive country club where membership makes impossible demands and the dues for an outsider exuberant. So, good morning all. Today is a great and memorable day for the members of the Gavel family FAPM of Wayamba University.
We all know in our lives, many feelings come and go, but that feeling rises in our hearts while we are singing the university anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I invite you all, please raise and sing the university anthem together. I invite you all, please raise and sing the university anthem together. I invite you all, please raise and sing the university anthem.
Lanka, Wayamba disa, Sujata dharani tale, Surandatu sarasavi diniti abe, Arundati, Paruvale se, Lanka ambaraye, Arundati, Paruvale se, Lanka ambaraye. කල් පැරකුම් කිවිනැන පහනින සුමඟුල් සමිඳුන් සිහවිරු වදනින හැම කල් රංජිත වයඹ යසෝරස උරුමය වේ අපගේ උරුමය වේ අපගේ උරුමය වේ අපගේ උරුමය වේ අපගේ මල්පල සම්පත වොරඳන කෙත්වතු අස්වනු ඉසුරින් සපුරන නෙක් විදු නැන දහරින් දය ඔබයන මෙහෙවර වේ අපගේ මෙහෙවර වේ අපගේ මෙහෙවර වේ අපගේ මෙහෙවර වේ අපගේ Lanka, Wayamba disa, Sujata dharani tale, Surandatu sarasavi diniti abe, Arundati, Paruvale se, Lanka ambaraye, Arundati, Paruvale se, Lanka ambaraye. ගත පෙරලා ඉසිවර නැන සමුදා සදාලන සරසවි මෞනි අපේ නව චින්තනයේ උල්පත් මතුකොට නව ලෝකය වෙත පියවර තබනු විවරණ දුන මැනවි විවරණ දුන මැනවි විවරණ දුන මැනවි විවරණ
Thank you all for your valuable participation.
So now is the perfect and right time to witness the most excited, spectacular event presented by the Gavel Club of Faculty of Agriculture and Plantation Management. This is the grand beginning of Ecclesia 2021.
Zero, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And now it's time to give warm welcome to all those who joined this ceremony with honor. So, I would like to invite the Vice President Education of Gavel Club FAPM, Gavel Shenas Ahmed, to welcome you all.
We do not remember the days, but rather the moments. Good morning, all of you, and welcome to Ecclesia 2021. Today is a very special day and a very precious moment for the Gavel Club FAPM of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, as for the first time in the Gavel Club FAPM history, we have gathered for the first installation ceremony, Ecclesia 2021. It is with immense pleasure and honor that I formally welcome all of you on behalf of the Gavel Club FAPM. Our heartiest welcome to Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Sanjeeva Bowatta, Acting Vice Chancellor of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, and the guest of honor for Dean, Professor HLMK Herath, Head, Department of Agribusiness Management, Faculty of Agriculture and Plantation Management, Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, who have graced this occasion with their presence amidst their busy schedules. I warmly welcome the keynote speaker for the day, Dr. Buddhima H. Subasinghe, Head, Student Life and Engagement in IBM, Induction Officer, Toastmaster Pubudu Kinige, and Installation Officer, Distinguished Toastmaster Shihara Disanaika, who are here with us to add glamour to this event. I also welcome Dr. Vishwajit Kandegama, Senior Treasurer of the Gavel Club FAPM, Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, who always provides his maximum support and guidance in all club activities. A warm welcome to all the heads, lecturers, and demonstrators of the departments of our faculty, Toastmasters, Gaveliers from other universities, members from the clubs and societies of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, undergraduates from all years, and my fellow Gaveliers. Once again, I warmly welcome you all to Ecclesia 2021, the gathering of the summoned, which will be an inspiration to all of us, being a most hopeful, joyful, and thoughtful occasion that will create individuals of the Gavel Club FAPM of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka to unleash their passion to be leaders, taking up their responsibilities to be an influencer to another. Thank you. Over to you, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you, Gavel Shenas Ahmed. Then, with honor, I would like to invite Chief Guest Dr. Sanjeeva Bowatta, who is a consultant physician in internal medicine, holds memberships in Royal College of Physicians of United Kingdom and American College of Physicians, and a council member of Sri Lankan College of Internal Medicine. Sir, it's your time to make our day precious.
A very good morning to all of you. I'm certain you are receiving the communication well in this morning. Dear office bearers of the Gavels Club and the Toastmasters who are joining today, my dear fellow academics in the Agriculture Plantation Management faculty, keynote speaker, and dear students. First of all, I profusely thank you all for inviting for this very memorable and timely occasion that you are celebrating today. Secondly, as the administration of the university, we are really happy that students are engaging in different types of activities which are definitely leading to their progression in university as well as in their later life. So we are really with you today. Thirdly, as I read about the Gavel's Club and the Toastmasters a little about for my personal knowledge, I noticed that this is pushing students or inviting students to master leadership as well as public speaking and engaging with the public, or in other words, influential public, I would say. So that's a remarkable thought or a program that you have started. In our days, when we were at your age, we didn't have this type of activities, so that we had to depend on different other formats. Give me a few minutes to tell you one important thing that I have learned in my life. So in our younger days, I was a president awarded scout. The scouting, similar to Gavel's Club, is teaching or is training the youngsters to leadership. I am proud to say that I received all the scouting and its talents, and which place me in very good positions wherever I work, wherever I go. It placed me in very good positions throughout my life. Now it is quite observed. You must be aware that when I came to the university, I'm from the health ministry, 2 years, and I got different top positions. Even today, when there was a brief shortage of an administrator, I was summoned. I got this position. So some amount of leadership quality has allowed me to take up certain positions. So I'm still appreciating and giving the thanks to my leadership training that took place in 1980s in my school days as a scout. I went into the heights of all levels of scouting, president awarded scout, then the rover scout, and those are the highest levels that one can achieve. Similarly, I invite you. Now you have a new platform, a very good platform to progress and learn leadership and win different platforms. Maybe in your life, maybe in your employment, maybe in your social life, you definitely will win leadership positions. There's no slightest suspicion that you will lose anything. This should take you to a very good position, one thing. Second, now I learned while going through the Gavel's Club and the Toastmasters that they are teaching or training students to achieve public speaking and other engagements with influential people in leaderships. That is another aspect that I appreciate heavily, as in my younger days, we didn't have these type of activities. But I remember we were not very economically sound people those days, so we didn't have ability to spend heavily on English language and all. But I, as a youngster, spent time with foreign people. I'm from Kandy. In Kandy area, you get a lot of foreign visitors. They are travelers, tourists. So I used to talk to them whenever the opportunity is there. And it made me a massively successful person. I wouldn't say I'm a master in English, but put me into a significant height where I could gather a serious masterly ability in English, which helped me in reaching a very good position in the university days. I had very high positions as an undergraduate, and for which I thank heavily on my English ability at that time. None of us are perfect in English even today, but at that time I was in a very good position. I had the ability of talking in English. Leave aside the reading, writing, and listening. Talking or speaking in English is really a difficult one for many of us even today, and the students are really struggling at times. But this helped me win at exams, win at other times. I was a very good student in Vivas. I could achieve very high results. So I thank my timely thought. It was accidentally I may have started it, but I used to talk to people who are good in English and continue to do so, which allowed me a serious way forward compared to other students. I know the English teaching has 4 pillars: listening, reading, writing, and talking. I would place myself that talking or using the language in verbal English communication keeps you in a very high position. So when I go into the Gavel's Club and Toastmasters, I see that they push you, they invite you to engage in English speaking. And now the world is going into a global one. You cannot remain in an isolation in a small island. Now we are reaching the entire world. I could reach one of the top hospitals in the Oxford University Hospital. That didn't happen overnight. That didn't happen just simply. These are over many years of small achievements. So take this opportunity as one of the first foundation stones in some of you or most of you in achieving very high positions later in your life. I'm definitely confident that this movement will push many of your students into greater heights compared to the equal members, colleagues who are not aligning themselves in these type of activities. I wish all the success in your undergraduate days and in your socio-economic employment life later on. I thank the academics and the office bearers for organizing and allowing other students to harvest the benefits. And thank you again from the administration that you invited us, as well as you showed us that the students university students are aligning themselves in correct lines. Thank you very much. All the best in your today's activities and future activities.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable thoughts. The Gavel Club FAPM has earned their progress not alone. There are many shadows behind that progress. Dr. Viswajit Khandegama, you are always with us as one of our shadows. So, I would like to invite the Senior Treasurer of the Gavel Club FAPM of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, Dr. Viswajit Khandegama. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Hiruni. Good morning to everyone. Dear Dr. Sanjeeva Bowatta, Acting Vice Chancellor, Wayamba University of Sri Lanka. Professor Heminder Herath, representing Dean, Faculty of Agriculture and Plantation Management. Keynote speaker, distinguished guest, Chairman and the Committee of Gavel Club FAPM, Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, dear all participants and students. I'm delighted to be here today to deliver a few words as a Senior Treasurer of Gavel Club FAPM in this special occasion. And I also believe that it's going to be a special and exciting day for those students getting ready for installation today. And The Gavel Club, FAPM, started a few years ago in the faculty, and now we can see it's growing both horizontally and vertically to becoming one of the meaningful organization in our faculty, and it's expanding towards the university, which we can see the students are clever and organized to identify the limitations, utilize the existing technologies, and also they are breaking the barriers that go forward to make the highest achievement in their life. So in the backdrop, we have shown that the sky is the limit. So that is what we are expecting from you. Gavel Club FAPM has created a kind of an independent platform for all the students in the university for improving their communication, leadership, as Dr. Sanjeeva Bowath mentioned very correctly, and all the other soft skills that students should get or obtain, which are going to be essential in the future to serve the country or the globe. And also, let me share a few experiences which I got in my life as well, which will be helpful for you to think in a broad way. When I was young, I used to live in Anuradhapura. I went to school in Anuradhapura where there was no facilities at all those days to continue your, especially the language skills. Even we don't have English teachers in the school. But however, because of engaging with various other activities like sports, scouting, and various leadership programs, we realized that English is one of the essential component in your life. So what we did, we keep our continuous attention to understand and to reach how we can get as much as the knowledge and the skill how to utilize English as international tool to engage with various other people. So as a result, we would be able to get a kind of a best achievement, and I became, as Dr. Sanjeeva correctly mentioned, I can remember when I was in my university, I became secretary for the sport council, that is a university position, and become a president for a whole society in the university for 2 years. And then I became deputy or vice president for some of the societies in the university. So all these things brought lots of confidence, lot of leaderships for us. So that's what we did in our time with having a kind of a very limited resources. But now in the society, we have reached the global networking. So we have capacities to jump easily into the various platforms like that we are working on. So student, all they have to pay their attention is to identify what are the skills they need to get in their life. So I invite all other students, those who are not in the Gavel Club yet, please think about it and try to join with the Gavel family to strengthen your capacities, to expand your capacities, and you're going to be a comprehensive graduate in the future. So I would pay my special gratitude for the Vice Chancellor, Acting Vice Chancellor, Dr. Sanjeeva Bowath, and representing Dean, Professor Keminda Herath, and keynote speaker, and all distinguished guests for spending your valuable time with us to strengthen our students' capacity and skills and motivate them to get ready for the future. Finally, I would like to appreciate the organizing committee to organize such a beautiful and technical and also uh, extraordinary activity today to give a broad opportunity for our students as a faculty and also as a university to get this club strength, Gavel club strength. So I wish you all the best, very best for this activity today and the future works. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable, inspiring words. Experience is the hardest kind of teacher, which gives us test first and then the lesson afterward. I'm honored to invite you, Dr. Buddhima Hansini Subasinghe, who's an academic, researcher, a journalist, and a scholar, and a TEDx speaker, the youngest PhD holder of South Asia, who graduated at 24 years of age from the University of Peradeniya in the field of cybersecurity, computer science. She holds 10 years of experience in her academic career and also a decade in media as a presenter of Sri Lanka Rupvahini Corporation. She is the former head computer science at the School of Computing and Engineering of NIBM and currently serves as head student life and engagement at the National Institute of Business Management. She was the Toastmasters International USA Leadership and Training Institute Chair for the District 82, Sri Lanka for the year 2017-2018. And she served as the Area Director of Area G5 Toastmasters International, District 82 for the year 2020-2021. She is currently serving as Assistant Director Program Quality of Division 1, District 82 Toastmasters International. She was the president of the NIBM Toastmasters. She was also awarded the Emerging ICT Leader of the Year National Excellence Award at Infotel 2017. She was internationally recognized at the Top 50 Women Awards 2018 for her leadership excellence in information technology. Recently, she was awarded the Inspirator of the Year at the New Generation National Awards for the year 2021, recognizing the service she renders for the youth across the world, living the purpose of her life, which is to inspire and empower. She was also awarded the Youngest Chartered Professional Fellow Manager at CIPM Awards Ceremony 2019. She serves as a task force member of the policy formulation of the new education reforms of Ministry of Education of Sri Lanka. She is also a keynote speaker at many national and international forums who empowers youth and women in the fields of leadership, communication, and engineering. Dr. Buddhima Hansini Subasinghe, the keynote speaker of the Ecclesia 2021. This is your time to address all of us.
Thank you very much for that lovely introduction indeed. A very good morning to all of you and congratulations to the Gavel Club FAPM of the Wayamba University of Sri Lanka for your installation ceremony, of course, the charter installation ceremony of the Wayamba University Gavel Club. And you are in for a wonderful journey that you are keeping a great step today. And I'm looking forward to see you all becoming great leaders, as the professors mentioned, in the future. So speaking of leadership, leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Are you a leader? Now, when I ask this question, one of you might say, well, I'm the president of the executive committee of the Gavel Club of the University of Wayamba of Sri Lanka. And of course, yes, I'm a leader. I'm taking leadership today. One of you might say, well, I'm not sure whether I'm a leader or not. One of you might say, well, I think I'm a leader because I'm a member of the Gavel Club and I'm trying to take my journey to a different level in this Gavel Club, and I think I'm a leader. Well, my dear students, ever since the day that you and me, we've been gifted to this world, do you know that we are leaders. We are leaders ever since the day we've been gifted to this world. But the question is, what sort of a leader are we? Now, if I take your memories back in time to when you started off, your first steps, you toppled down, you fell, you picked yourself back up again, you started giving that very next step forward, didn't you? Yes, we did. And we started taking steps. And then we started learning this wonderful vocabulary, grammar, languages, and subject matter, whatnot. Started off with letters, started off with a pencil. We started writing letters. Our pencil flipped, fell, and we picked it back up again gracefully with confidence. We started writing our letters, learning all of these different subject matters that we are learning right now and we are mastering at the moment. So we've been taking leadership in our lives. The moment we saw this world, we cried out loud. We started expressing ourselves. We tried our best to express ourselves. The moment we saw this world, we took leadership in our lives. But the question is, what sort of a leader are you? Are you a leader with a goal, a leader with a vision, a leader with an aim to achieve in life? But that's the question that needs to be answered. Now, as you answer this question as to what sort of a leader you are, let me share with you a few things that you can apply to your life to become a visionary leader, a leader with a vision, a leader with a goal in life. Point number one, discover yourself. Now, when I tell you to discover yourself, you might ask me, how can I discover myself? Two things to do: be a problem solver, be a risk taker in life. Now, let me share with you a little bit about my story. It all starts back when I was 3 years old. That was when I started schooling. Life, I thought, was going to be wonderful, a bed of roses, the happiest place that I can ever be. But life was not wonderful as I thought it would be. Life became difficult. I started getting bullied every single day, every single moment in my school. Bullying to the level that I was locked up in washrooms the whole day, no food, no water, nothing. Textbook stolen, lunch money stolen, lunch stolen for that matter. What more can happen to a little one who is going to school? Today, I can sit in front of you and bear a smile on my face and share with you these stories. But back when I was a little one who was only 3, 4, 5 years old, it was very, very difficult to take in. Life was becoming the terrible place that I can ever imagine. When you call the name, the school. And each day I come back home asking one thing from my mom: Mom, please homeschool me. That was the only thing that I wanted my mom to do. School became a nightmare. And then one particular day really changed my life. And that was the grade 2 year-end prize award ceremony. I still remember sitting right at the back. I did not have a prize, a certificate or an award in that prize award ceremony. Yet I was amongst that bunch of kids who are forced to come for a prize giving ceremony because you do not have any certificate or an award, neither have you performed in class at all to a particular level you can get recognized. So you're supposed to forcefully come and then keep sitting and watching how the other kids are recognized for their great performances. So I was amongst that bunch. So I was seated right at the back. Now my parents, they were not there. They were busy with their work because I didn't get a prize, I didn't have anything, so they were not around. And I was seated all by myself, watching this amazing prize award ceremony. Kids, when their names are called up on stage, they would rush to the stage, they would come up on stage, grab that certificate, prize, and they would come back and give it back to their mom or their dad. And the mom or the dad who is seated would tell the other people around them, that's my son, that's my daughter. You know what? He studies very well. And he was focused very well in his studies during the past 3 months. And here he is today, the class first, section first this time. And my daughter performed extremely well this year in grade 2, etc., etc. I was listening to all of these conversations and I was thinking, you are creating a hell out of your life. Each day you come back home crying and you've considered school as a nightmare. And you consider it the worst place you can ever be. Why can't you change? That was the question I asked myself, tears rolling down my cheeks. I was watching. I've never been able to make my parents happy like that. I've never been happy like that in my life, ever for that matter. Those kids get appreciated, acknowledged by teachers, by friends, by parents. They get photo opportunities and they are recognized, appreciated at every single level in that award ceremony. And even later on, they become so popular in school. Instead, me, I was in the worst situation that you can ever think of, thinking school is a nightmare. And I go back home that day, determined, confident that I am going to change myself. I realized that education was the only weapon that I can use to stand up for myself, to stand up for my ground. I go back home, started picking my books back up again and working hard, keeping a target for my life that I'm definitely going to be the first in the class next time with over 85% average for all the subjects. I worked very hard day and night. And you know what? Year 3, term 1, I was able to be the first in the class with 85% average for all the subjects. Second term, the same. Third term, the same. And I was able to bring my parents back to a prize award ceremony for the very first time of my life, to make them also happy, to bring happy tears to their eyes also. And that day, I realized that I've changed myself, using education, the only weapon that helped me change my world. And you know what? The happiest day of my life was not just that day, but a couple of years back when I was invited by my school as the chief guest to the prize award ceremony, the annual prize award ceremony, to speak to the other kids out there, to empower them and to inspire. And that was the happiest day of my life. So my dear students, problems are things that we come across on a daily basis at different levels. It's important that individually we take leadership for our lives as visionary leaders to discover the true potential that lies within us, the desire to do great things in life is something that lies within individually within each one of us. But the question is, have we put in that effort to discover ourselves, to discover the potential that lies within us? So definitely Gavel is a wonderful platform that can help you identify who you are, what you're good at, and then start building your life to achieve great, great heights in your life. So please enjoy every single moment that you get in Gavel as you take up leadership opportunities. Give your 100% and do your best, because one of those opportunities in leadership that you pick up in Gavel can be a life-changing moment of your life too. We never know. So my dear students, discover yourself, discover the true potential that lies within you as a leader with a vision. And also fast tracking in my life. I started working hard day by day, continuing the different classes. And then I started taking leadership, becoming a junior prefect, a senior prefect, and also the head prefect of the school for 2 years. And then when I was 15 years old was when I completed my advanced level examination. When I was 13 was when I sat for my ordinary level examination. And by the time I was 16, I joined university. Now, life is not very easy even at the university. Sometimes you have to work hard to make sure that you achieve the destiny that you think, you believe. The parallel classes in 2 batches for a particular subject, being the younger kid I am, there were certain difficulties that I had to face in terms of the subject matters that I had to learn in the university. But did I give up? No. Each moment when there was a problem in front of me, I wanted to be a solution seeker, a problem solver, find a way out of that problem because I wanted to achieve my goal. And fast track. When I was 19 years old, I graduated with a double degree from Sri Lanka Institute of Information Technology and also Curtin University of Australia in Bachelor of Information Technology, specializing in software engineering and also computer science. And then I started working my first job as a lecturer at Sri Lanka Institute of Information Technology. And after that, I started getting this love for the academia. And then I started pursuing my PhD studies in computer science, in cybersecurity with the University of Peradeniya and Moradua. So while I was doing my studies, I realized if I do it part-time, I will have to do it for a longer period of time. But if I do it full-time, I can do it at a shorter period of time, focusing 100% on my research and working on my publications, traveling around the world, getting the best experience I can get as I do it here in Sri Lanka. So I was trying to make a decision. That's what I told you earlier. As you discover yourself, you sometimes have to take risks in life, but calculated risks. Now, at that moment, I decided to give up on my job, to do my PhD full time, and then come back and work again in the academia. So that was an opportunity cost. Sometimes when you're comfortable, when you're at that comfort zone in your workplace, would you want to take a decision like that? No, it's not easy. It's one of the most difficult decisions that you will be making, to give up on your job at a particular point in life. But then if it's for a desired cause, and if you are in it, and if you are in it because you want to do it, and if you are working hard for it, what more? So it's important, my dear students, to take ownership of your life for every single decision that you make and be the author of your story. Never give that pen that you are writing your story from to somebody else, or just leave that pen aside, because somebody else will pick it and start writing your story. It could be your neighbor, it could be your brother, sister, mom, dad, grandma, granddad, anybody who would start writing your story. And you would be living their lives instead of living your life. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, if you have an aim to achieve something in life, go for it. Own your life. Own your story. Be the author of your story. Because at the end, everything matters. Because you've taken ownership of your life as the king or the queen of your life. Very, very important. So discover yourself. Discover the true potential that lies within you in your journey of becoming a visionary leader. Point number 2, mastering communication. Have you mastered communication? Now, communication is getting a message across. It's a two-way thing. But there are 2 important aspects to communication. Communication is something that we learn in Toastmasters, in the Gavel Forum. But always remember, my dear students, as you go through in this journey of Gavel, you will be learning both these aspects. 1, to become a good listener. 2, to become a good negotiator? Are you a good listener? Now, do you know that there are differences between hearing and listening? Now, we overhear a lot of things on a daily basis, don't we? Yeah, we overhear. Our parents tell us so many things. Our teachers tell us so many things. Our lecturers tell us so many things. But if we've listened to all of them, we would have taken action for everything that we've heard from. Now, that's the beauty of listening. If you listen to something, you've worked on it. You've taken action for it. So there's a clear-cut difference between hearing something and listening something. So make sure that you are a good listener, because whatever you've heard for, you'll be putting it into action. And you'll be a person who is actually a leader who walks the talk. And that matters a lot. And the next important point, are you a good negotiator? Now, my dear students, sometimes as youth, we believe that we need to get what we think we deserve in life. We believe so, right? And it's very unfortunate sometimes because we do not get what we think we deserve unless we work for it and unless we negotiate for what we want to get in life. Now, if you take a simple example for what happens in school, the person who gets up and speaks out and reasons out everything and negotiates 100% with the teacher, that person eventually, in most cases, gets the opportunity to take the next step forward in life, even at school. And the same thing happens in your corporate world as well. You all are kids who will be eventually graduating and getting into this world of work, right? It's a beautiful world out there. But the thing is, especially when it comes to a forum like Gavel, you'll be learning important leadership qualities that you need to inculcate in your life to help you stand your ground, to help you speak up, to help you negotiate best, to make sure you get your opinion across, to make sure you persuade an audience with power, and to make sure you win your argument. Right? So those are important qualities that we need to gather as a visionary leader. So are you a good negotiator? That's very important. Because let's say, for example, when you face an interview, you'll be selling yourself. You'll be negotiating with the interview panel to tell them why should they hire you. Instead of just thinking that these people are ready to ask me a set of questions, you should go and face them thinking that you are going to market yourself today, to market your brand, to market who you are, to make sure you persuade with power so that they feel like absorbing you to their team. Now that's the beauty of negotiating. So my dear students, we do not always get what we think we deserve in life, but we get what we negotiate. Same thing can be applied to wherever we are, whatever we do, even amongst your family. If you negotiate 100% with your mom or your dad, you know you can get what you want from them. But that's how it happens. Everything happens from the way you converse. Very important. Right? So learn to become a good negotiator in life. Now, the next level of negotiation is to understand that every single moment, with every decision that you take, you will be negotiating with yourself. And that's the most important person. What's the decision you're going to make next? You negotiate with yourself and you make the best decision, you execute it. So become that great negotiator. Point number 3, emotional intelligence. Now, this is a buzzword these days, but in the world of becoming a visionary leader, it's important to understand the value of emotional intelligence is at a different level these days. Back in the years, up until last year, we were talking about the 4th industrial revolution. Now we're talking about the 5th industrial revolution. The world is transforming. We are stepping onto a globalized, technology advanced world, a smart world, we call it. Everything is on our fingertips. Everything is getting automated. COVID-19 pandemic changed a lot of things, whether we liked it or not, being management students, being students from different other disciplines, even medical students had to adapt to technology, right? Unless, back in the days we were, talking about people who are, techie people as people who do only computer science sort of. But now computer science, technology, information communication technology is a part of all of our lives. We need to embrace it at every single level for us to move forward in life. So my dear students, with these technological advancements, it's important to understand now, I told you, fifth industrial revolution is coming up and we are trying to learn how to be more human amidst all of these machines that we create, right? And how to live with these machines and make sure we give that level of respect for the human qualities that we need to make sure we have and we keep as we continue in developing with technology in the future. So that's very, very important. And on the other hand, keep aside of advances in technology and yet making sure we continue being more human. Whether technology exists or not, it's important that we understand the great human qualities, respecting one another, of understanding another person from another's feet, getting into another's shoe, we say. Do we actually do these things? Now, when was the last time you ran to your mom or your dad, you hugged them tight to say, Mom, thank you so much for being the greatest mom in the world. I love you so much. When was the last time you appreciated your team member to say, wow, you're doing great. Thank you so much for being a great team player. Did you appreciate, acknowledge the people around you for who they are, for what they do? Because if not for them, you as a leader will never be able to be there as who you are. Did we ever think so? Now, the current world, we see in most cases, a lot of conflicts happen, a lot of misunderstandings happen, and also a lot of situations where people try to give up on things because they're not appreciated enough, they're not acknowledged enough. People get fed up, sometimes very disheartened, right? Because we do not appreciate them enough, acknowledge them enough. Now, you as an individual, do you want to be appreciated, acknowledged? I would love to be appreciated for who I am, acknowledged for what I do. And that gives me a lot of confidence, encouragement, motivation to move forward in life. Then why not we give it to somebody else also? Why not we think in another street without blasting at a person when somebody comes with an excuse? Because we've not gone through that situation in our life. But that's being a visionary leader. Because you need to understand, without your team, you can never shine. We never live in isolation. Our family is the smallest unit we call as team. Provided we do not master teamwork in our family, it's going to be very tough for you to master teamwork in your corporate world. First thing we learn is in that beautiful family. Do we help our mom and dad? Do we get support from them? Do we help our brother and sister? Do we get support from them? And do we acknowledge them, appreciate them? That's where it starts small. So emotional intelligence is not something that you need to learn in textbooks, my dear students. There's no point in learning, gathering all of this knowledge, because a pinch of practice is worth than a ton of theory. So apply these simple things to your life with every thought that arises in your mind before you speak up, before you perform an action, because every single moment you will be thinking to do something, performing an action that engages another person. So be an emotionally intelligent, visionary leader. Point number 4. I would say the most important point, role models. Do you have a role model in your life? Ask this question from you. I have a role model. My role model is Professor Stephen Hawking, a person who is very well known to all of you. He's not here with us right now, but I respect him always for who he is. And he was that giant pillar behind my success. Each time that I went through difficult situations in my life, like I told you, when I was 16, I completed 15 minutes. When I completed my advanced level exam, joined university. By 19, I completed double degree. And by 24 years, I keep a record as the youngest PhD holder of South Asia. Life is not easy. It was not a bed of roses. I can always speak up and tell this is what I did. But there were situations that I did not see a sunrise or a sunset. There were days that I was awake all night working on my research, waiting till I get the results, waiting for that research paper to get published and to travel the world and get that experience of the results that I've obtained in my research. It was always a challenge that I had to face over those 4 years. And sometimes when I do not get the expected results, I get frustrated, I get worried, and I feel like giving up. And you know what? Sometimes when we are in the verge of achieving that goal, that beautiful dream of our lives, we feel like giving up because we've done so much to achieve it. And sometimes we feel like this is enough and I've done enough and I just want to give up. You know what? It's at that very moment, my dear students, that you need to summon up your courage and to keep that very next step. And to keep that very next step, when it's so difficult, we need the support of a role model. And that's when Professor Stephen was very helpful for me. Each time that I went through a difficult situation, he was not a call away, he was not a text message away, he was not even an email away. All I could do was go back, read what he has done, and get myself inspired and motivated. And each time I was asking one question and one question only. If Stephen could do it, why can't you with him? With all the difficulties that he went through in life, being in a wheelchair, not being able to move his hands or limbs, and not even being able to speak up, if Stephen could do it, why can't you? Was the question that I always asked myself. Sometimes your role model need not be a message, a call, or an email away. Sometimes it could be that person whom you are impressed, admired, and you keep so many books of that person to read because that person is your role model. It's enough. Right? But what matters is whether you're getting inspired, motivated to keep that very difficult last step to achieve your goal with that push from your role model. So role models become a great strength for us. The moment we feel like we are crushed, for us to bounce back up again. Because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger in life. So with great strength, you can bounce back up again with the support of your role model. Now, my dear students, do not only stop having a role model. Be a role model to thousands out there. Now that's the beauty of life, which I would say very humbly that I am experiencing right now. Now I believe there are two important days to your life. The day you gift to this world and the day you find the meaning why. The purpose of your life. What is the purpose? The purpose of my life is to inspire and to empower. And this is something that I do on a daily basis as an academic with every single breath I take. And even today, it's a part of living the purpose of my life, being able to talk to you all, to inspire you all in the little way that I can, with the experiences that I have gone through in my life. So my dear students, do not stop only having a role model by your side. Be a role model to thousands out there. Because the greatest happiness that I have in my life is when people walk up to me to say, Dr. Buddhima, thank you so much for being yourself. I've been inspired by you. You are my role model. I want to be like you one day. So these are great words that help me wake up the next day, that motivate me to wake up next day and encourages me to do more to the people around, to inspire more youth out there. Because the moment you start living the purpose of your life, you would understand how beautiful your life can ever be. So my dear students, Life is a beautiful journey. It has ups and downs, twists and turns, but it's not a single destination. Sometimes we have different dreams in our life to achieve, and those dreams can change in between. When I was a little one, I wanted to be a medical doctor, but eventually I ended up with a PhD, and now serving the youth community, still inspiring and empowering them, and being that person who can give them a helping hand to better their lives. And I'm so happy for who I am today. And I've still achieved a doctorate in my life, and I'm glad about that. So my dear students, life is a beautiful journey. Climb the ladder, achieve great successes in life, but do so with a goal, with a vision, with an aim in life. Be a visionary leader. In this journey of becoming a visionary leader, discover yourself, discover the true potential that lies within you, because each one of us, we are born to this world as leaders, but with a responsibility to achieve greatness in life. So you are a leader as who you are, but you can become a great, great, great leader, provided you work hard for it in life. You have kept that very first step, and it's all about taking the next steps to achieve greatness in your life. Be a problem solver, be a risk taker in life, take calculated risks in life, and also master communication. Be a good listener, very, very important, and also be a good negotiator in life, and make sure that you persuade with power, with emotional intelligence, as you want to get your message across wherever you are, whatever you do in your life. Because after all, we need to work with a team. And when our team shines, that's when we shine individually. When we shine individually, that means that our team has worked hard to support us, because we cannot live in isolation in this life. And finally, have a role model to support you in life. It's not compulsory to have a role model, but if you do, this journey of life, this roller coaster ride, as we go through difficult situations, it helps us bounce back up again, right? With more strength when we have a role model. And do not stop there, but be a role model, set an example to thousands and thousands out there. Be that unique person, because at one point in life, you would be happier that you are living the purpose of your life. And that is very, very important. Dreams can be achieved and accomplished if life, if the right action is taken towards its achievement. So go for it. Take the right action and go forward to achieve the beautiful dreams of your life. Back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Buddhimahansini Subhasinghe. We are all inspired by your highly lively words. At times, our own light goes out and is relighted by a spark from another person. So, by being gratitude to the past president of Gavel Club FAPM, Gavel Sasika Bandare, who brings up this club to here with immense dedication. But due to an unavoidable reason, he is not able to join with us at this time. On behalf of the past president, I would like to invite past secretary of Gavel Club FAPM of Wayamba University, Gavelia Gihaya Dias, to give her valuable words on this special day.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, Chief Guest Dr. Sanjeeva Bowata, Acting Vice Chancellor, Wayamba University of Sri Lanka. Guest of Honor for Dean, Professor Kemin Behera, Head, Department of Agribusiness Management, Faculty of Agriculture and Plantation Management. Keynote Speaker, Dr. Buddhima H. Subhasinghe. Installation Officer, Distinguished Toastmaster, Shahara Disanayaka. Director of Induction, Toastmaster Pubudu Ginige. Dr. Vishwajit Kandagama, Senior Treasurer of the Gavel Club, FAPM, Head of the departments and members of academic staff, Toastmasters, Gaveliers from other universities, members from the clubs and societies of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, brothers and sister students from all 4 batters, and my fellow Gaveliers of Gavel Club, FAPF. I would like to take this opportunity to speak a few words on behalf of my president, Mr. Sasika Bandara, who is unable to join today due to an unavoidable reason. As we all know, Gavel Club FAPM is a young club that blooms under the shade of the Faculty of Agriculture and Plantation Management. We have come this far with all the hard work and efforts of our beloved senior members. And also, it's an immense pleasure for us to see that our present Gaveliers lifting this club to the next level. As the past secretary of the immediate past committee, I'm glad that we were able to successfully complete the 2020-21 Gavel year amidst the pandemic. As a club, we have initiated 3 different projects, namely Talk, Groom Yourself to Become a Better Communicator, and a mini workshop series, which created a better platform in empowering our brothers and sister students with linguistic ability and soft skills. Last but not least, on the final note, my heartfelt gratitude goes out to all the academic staff members for strengthening us in every possible manner. And also to our very own Gaveliers for walking hand in hand throughout the journey. Hereby this, I would like to convey my warmest to our junior members for a successful Gavel year ahead. Cheers to Ecclesia 2021. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gavelier Gihaya Dias. Now, it's time to induct new members of Gavel Club FAPM Wayamba University. For that, with respect, I would like to invite immediate past president of Siena Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Pubudu Ginige, who has Masters of Business Studies, Business Management and Marketing, and related support services from University of Colombo, and Senior Manager of DFCC since October 2017.
Thank you, MC, for your kind introduction. Chief guest, Acting Vice Chancellor of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, other distinguished guests, invitees, Toastmasters and Gaveliers. It is indeed a pleasure and honor to be the inducting officer of Gavel Club FAPM of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka at Ecclesia 2021. Now let us move on to the induction of new members. Fellow Toastmasters and Gaveliers, it is my duty and privilege to induct the new members of the Gavel Club FAPM of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka. This is an important occasion for both the club and new members. They join this club to improve their communication and leadership skills. And now we have the opportunity to help them grow and achieve. Before getting to the oath, I would like to give a brief introduction about the new members who are getting introduced today. I have few, starting with Pasindu Koshan Samarasinghe. He studied at Sir John Kothalawala College, Kurunegala, and his hobby is playing badminton. Pasindu is a horticulture enthusiast who is also a nature lover. Dharani Sri Varnasinghe. She's an enthusiastic person who loves to read and travel a lot. Dharani studied at Vishaka Vidyalaya, Colombo. Kanchana Madanayaka. Kanchan is a talented announcer and a passionate person looking towards new adventures. He studied at Anand College, Colombo. His hobby is watching TV series. Hiruni Minoli Pitigala. She's a very helpful person. She studied at Royal Central College, Polonnaruwa. Her hobby is watching movies. Chehara Pitumpe. Chehara studied at Malyadeva Model School, Kurunegala. She's a compassionate, thoughtful, flexible person who can handle hardship very well. Her hobbies are watching TV series, movies, and learning new languages. Hasini Piumika Ekanayaka. She studied at Ratnavali Balika Vidyalaya Gampaha. Her hobbies are reading books, listening to music, and watching movies. She likes to spend time with her colleagues and likes to have experience from any task that she is assigned in. Diniti Maheshi Rajapaksa. Diniti is a thoughtful leader, flexible in getting others' ideas in group works. Her interest is to do something new in every aspect with innovative ideas. She studied at Bandaranaike Central College, Wayamba, and her hobbies are singing, announcing, and drawing. Dharani Ratnaika. Dharani studied at Sirimavo Bandaranaike Vidyalaya, Colombo. She's a helping-minded person and a creative leader. Her hobbies are watching Hindi movies, reading novels, and listening to music. Prabodhi Kumarasiri. She studied at Ratnavali Balika Vidyalaya Gampa, and she is a very friendly and always tries to connect with new people. Her hobby is trying out different recipes. Gaisha Ratnaik. Gaisha is a friendly personality for all. She's emotional and likes to spend time in a free manner. Her hobbies are listening to music, experimenting with YouTube short recipes. She studied at Central College, Huliapitia. Inusha Prasadili. She studied at Ferguson High School, Ratnapura. Inusha is a social person and she loves traveling, eating, sleeping, and watching Korean dramas. Hiruni Palandagama. Hiruni studied at Malyadeva Model School, Kurunegala. Reading books and watching movies are her leisure time activities. Hiruni is a friendly person who has self-confidence, but somewhat lazy. On the other hand, if you assign something to her, she is very much into it. Nipun Charatna. Nipun is a very active and friendly person who loves to help people. He always tries to stay in a happy mood. He studied at Anand College, Colombo. His hobby is watching movies. Harshi Hera. She studied at Holy Family Convent, Kurunegala. She's a very sensitive person. She loves to cook many different food items, travel, and watch romantic movies. Nilapul Rajapaksa. He studied at National School, Pannala. Nilapul is a kind and quiet person. He loves music. He's very talented at playing guitar and keyboard. He always tried to make connection with friends. Now invite those new members to switch on their videos. You're a group of people brought together to do things that could not accomplish alone. Your collective obligation is to improve yourself, to share the knowledge and experience with fellow members in the true Toastmasters spirit. Let me ask you to dedicate yourself for personal growth, to share this great gift with your fellow members and help keep this Gavel Club, FAPM of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka strong and dynamic. Please face the audience and affirm your membership by repeating the Toastmasters promise after me. As a member of my club, I promise.
As a member of my club, I promise
to attend club meetings regularly.
To attend club meetings regularly.
To prepare all my projects to the best of my ability.
To prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability.
Basing them on the Toastmasters educational program.
Basing them on the Toastmasters educational program.
To prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments.
To prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments.
To provide fellow members with helpful.
To provide fellow members with helpful.
Constructive evaluations.
Constructive evaluations.
To help club maintain the positive.
To help the club maintain positive.
Friendly environment.
Friendly environment.
Necessary for all members to learn and grow.
Necessary for all members to learn and grow.
To serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so.
To serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so.
To treat my fellow club members.
To treat my fellow club members.
And our guests with respect and courtesy.
And our guests with respect and courtesy.
To adhere to the guidelines and rules.
To adhere to the guidelines and rules.
For all Toastmasters education and recognition programs.
For all Toastmasters educational and recognition programs.
To act with Toastmasters core values of.
To act with Toastmasters core value of.
Integrity, respect, service and excellence.
Integrity, respect, service and excellence.
During the conduct of all Gavel activities.
During the conduct of all Gavel activities.
Thank you. Now I pronounce that these members have been inducted in the membership of Gavel Club, FAPM of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka. Congratulations. Over to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable support. Then, with respect, I invite the guest of honor for Dean, Professor H.M. L.K. Herat, Head, Department of Agribusiness Management, Faculty of Agriculture and Plantation Management, to share your thoughts.
Good morning to all of you. It is indeed a great pleasure me to grace this opportunity, this occasion on behalf of the Dean of the Faculty, representing him. Dr. Sanjeev Bowata, the Dean, the Vice Chancellor, the Acting Vice Chancellor of the University, my fellow academics, all members of the Gavel Club and the Toastmasters, and other distinguished participants. So let me first extend the Dean's warmest wishes to the new committee of the Gavel Club and all the Gavelians in this important occasion. I'm indeed happy, right? So spending the day with you and so looking at your performance over the years since FAPM Gavel Club was started, if I remember correctly, it was in 2017. And since then, so we have spent gone through 5 years, and in this journey, it is the first time that you are having an installation ceremony, so showing your commitment so to the betterment of this Gavel Club. In this occasion, I should remember, if I remember correctly, so this was at the very beginning in 2017, initiated with the guidance of Professor Bandara Gajanayaka, if I remember correctly. And at this moment, I should really appreciate his effort of initiating so this good kind of work of the students. As very correctly mentioned by the Vice Chancellor of the university and the keynote speaker and other speakers, yes, so this really gives you a platform to be trained as leaders and good communicators. So with once you became graduates, right, the most important thing is your personality, the leadership, and especially the communication ability. So which is actually provided through this kind of a platform. And I would more than happy to see if all our students could join in this important club and be trained as leaders and good communicators. So which is really important. As all of you know, so whatever it is, our official language in the university is English. Over the years, what I have heard from the students is, we don't know English. English is difficult. So because of that, we need to, hear things from Sinhala. So things like that. But always what I, tell students, right? This is our official platform of learning, official language of communicating. So you have to be masters. So if you want to show up as a promising graduate, you need to be trained. So therefore, so whatever the opportunities you have received before you enter into the university to learn English, right? So forget it, right? Samahara velawata, let me in single terms, lamai kiyanne mata English bachelor make karaganna amari. Don't be like that, right? If you can't speak in English, if you can't work in English, be trained. So this is the time you to be trained. So therefore, I'm pretty happy the initiatives taken by the Gavel Club to train people for the leadership and so be the masters in speaking, especially speaking in English. So therefore, I'm pretty happy that seeing your efforts led by Dr. Vishwajit Kandegama as the senior treasurer. And I have seen that so you have organized a lot of training sessions and teaching sessions and all kind of work. So towards developing yourself as leaders and good communicators. And I wish that all of the members, all of the students in the university would get the membership. I make this opportunity to congratulate all those who were inducted today as the Gavelians, and so those who are elected as the new office bearers of the Gavel Club, and And all of you would organize all activities of the Gavel Club in a very successful manner, so leading to putting it in a higher place. Usually, I'm sort of a person who has few words, so therefore I don't want to speak much lengthily. Again, so let me tell you, so this is a very good movement, so very good platform created by yourself to train our students to be good leaders and to be good communicators, and ultimately to become a very good graduates. I would say at last one thing, right? Anybody can become a leader as they wish, right? In different pathways. But the most important thing is to become a leader in an ethical ground, in an ethical manner. I think this is what, right, the Toastmasters and the Gavelians are doing. So this makes me very happy. And so let me conclude my little speech, congratulating you again and again on behalf of the Dean of the Faculty. And I wish to see so a lot of very good and successful program from the new members, new committee elected to the Gavel Club in this year. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your precious, valuable words. Medicine heals the broken bones, but music heals the broken hearts. We all know that music can make everything better. I cordially invite Gavelier Nilakshi Fernando to delight all of us with her melodic singing.
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. There is how I know it goes. Across the distance and spaces between us, you have come to show you go. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the hardest goes. Once more, you open the door, and you hear in my heart will go on and on. Love can touch us one time, it lasts for a lifetime, and never let go till we go. Love was when I loved you one true time. I hold you in my life, will always go. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the hardest goes. Once small, you open the door, and you hear in my heart will go on and on. You're here, there's nothing of fear, and I know that my heart will go on. We'll stay forever this way. You are safe in my heart, and my heart will go on and on. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gavalier Nilakshi Fernando, for making this occasion a wonderful one. Finally, the time has come for event which we all are looking forward. The installation ceremony of Gavel Club FAPM for the year 2021-2022. For that, with respect, I invite the installation officer, distinguished Toastmaster Shihara Disanaika, who works at Telebok Lanka Private Limited, worked at Telebok Group, and former area director at Toastmasters International for 2016 and 2017, to take over this event from here onward.
Thank you, Hiruni, for that introduction. Distinguished guests, Toastmasters, Cavaliers, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to be the installation officer today at the Gavel Club FAPM of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka. This moment is ideal to acknowledge the time, effort, and selflessness of the outgoing officers and to welcome the new club officers, club leadership team, to their roles and responsibilities. The success of any Gavel club can be attributed to several factors. Certainly, the leadership and dedication of members is a prime factor in a club's success. When you join as a Gavalier, you promise to answer the call of service to the club and to all Gavaliers as the need and opportunity arises. The outgoing leadership team exemplifies this fulfillment of this commitment. At this time, I invite the following outgoing officers, if you are in the audience, to switch on your videos and be recognized. The President, Gavalier Sasika Bandar. Secretary, Gavalier Gehaya Dias. Vice President, Gavalier Rochelle Dilay. Assistant Secretary, Gavalier Shenaz Amat. Junior Treasurer, Gavalier Imasha Sammani. Sergeant at Arms, Gavalier Thiomi Saumya. Dear friends, this set of leaders have lived the promise of the fraternity by stepping up to serve the members when called upon to do so. This team worked hard, guided and supported fellow members during their tenure as club leaders. On behalf of all Toastmasters and Gavaliers, I congratulate you on your success and salute you for your hard work, dedication, and effort in serving the member and the fraternity. At this point in time, I formally discharge you from all further duties and responsibilities as officers of this club. Ladies and gentlemen, our outgoing club officers deserve a virtual round of applause. Shall we all give them a virtual round of applause? Thank you, outgoing officers. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Let us now get to know the members of the new executive committee who would take over the baton to lead the Gavel Club FAPM of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka for the year 2021-2022. Incoming officers, I request all of you to switch on your videos so that the Zoom masters can spotlight you as and when required as I call your names. Starting off with the project coordinator, Cavalier M. Akil Sahan. So the first thing about Akil is that he's a huge fan of actor Vijay. He's also crazy about the Flash series and comics. He's an idea bank with an innovative mind and great at multitasking. By being a moody person, he gets things done even before others think to start the work. Akil is a silent personality and has a small circle of friends. His motto in life, don't doubt your value, don't run from who you are. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Akil, the project coordinator of the Gavel Club. Next is the editors. The Gavel Club FAPM of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka has two editors. First is Cavalier Ashita Udayakumara. There's a special way to know whether he considers you close or not. Whenever he decides others are close friends, he starts to call them Balala. Ashita loves to have long walks in the rain. And be careful when you see him with an ATM card because he uses it as a self-defense weapon. His motto in life, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen, that is one of the editors of the club. The next editor is Cavalier Ayatma Netmini. This cute girl is in love with something that you will never imagine, which is bike riding. She is a loyal friend who helps others hundreds of thousands of times. If anyone asks who the most hardworking girl you know is, you can definitely show her. She is so dedicated to learn new things and works really hard to improve herself. Being the most silent girl with lots of hidden talents, she has been able to perform miracles. The motto in life, do the right thing at the right time in the right manner. That is the second editor of the club, Cavalier Ayatma. Next, let's move to the Sergeant at Arms, Cavalier Rasika Bhavanta. Bhavanta is a cool guy. Shall we have him on spotlight? Bhavanta is a cool guy, but always getting confused and panicked with sudden things. He can act nicely, even if she showcased his talent in talent shows as well. He has a good sense for literature and a talented poet. Bhavanta is always conscious about hygiene. His motto, everything exists on destiny. But if your mind is strong enough, that's only a thing. Always try to be with the positive side. That is our Sergeant at Arms, Cavalier Rasika. Let's move to the Junior Treasurer, Cavalier Vihanga Patabandi. Vihanga is the only person who thinks twice, thrice, or even 1,000 times before doing things. Most of the time, he thinks about the worst case and every scenario and take the actions. He once met with a difficult situation after giving transport facilities to girls. He has this special ability to make juniors get involved in work while making super friendly environment for them. This talented announcer is super honest and generous at giving compliments. His motto in life is never settle for less. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Junior Treasurer, Cavalier Vihanga. Let's move to the Assistant Secretary, Cavalier Samindi Jayakari. Samindi is a dog lover and a totally funny person. She has an energetic, self-motivated personality. Samindi has this talent to listen to others' problems and give the most accurate solution that satisfies the person. When she has a very loud voice, she says the nicest words she can ever use to make everyone realize that she is super angry over something. This amazing girl, who is talented in singing and dancing, is crazily in love with English movies and songs and the best person to ask recommendations. Her motto in life: this is the moment, live it, feel it, love it. That is the Assistant Secretary, Cavalier Samindi, for you. Moving on to the Secretary of the club, Cavalier Rusiru Chandrasekhara. This girl is one of the iconic girls who loves to talk about women empowerment, and her talk makes you think that you should really do something to make a change. Maybe she seems as tough as a boss lady, but that does not stop her being a fun girl. She is a huge fan of Tom Ellis. Rusiru cannot stay in one position for a longer period of time. On virtual meetings, she is the one who always changes her sitting position, and she is obviously a bundle of talent who can stand confidently and express herself. I hope you can sit in one place until the installation is over. Her motto in life is earn yourself, be yourself. That is the Secretary of the club, Cavalier Rusiru. Moving on to the Vice President, Public Relations, Cavalier Pathum Pathirana. Pathum is the one who looks so serious, but does things in much free way. And obviously he loves to talk. In addition, he is much a smooth talker. If you let him, he can enchant you with his words and make sure that the work gets done. He and butter cake are like soulmates. This person, who looks like a wrestler, is super creative to make up excuses when he feels like he's going to miss work, but always does the work whenever he is assigned, whatever he is assigned to do at any time. His motto in life: doing the right thing is important, and also letting know that you are doing the right thing is more important. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Vice President, Public Relations, Cavalier Pathum. Moving on to Vice President, Membership, Cavalier Sanduni Iriagam. She has a lot to do, but whenever others ask help from her, she is always there to help. She's the ideal friend anyone can dream to have because of her natural friendly behavior, and has the special ability to make everyone feel better about their existence. She is a very good entrepreneur who earns millions by selling cakes, but never care to give a single piece of cake for free. She remembers everything in the world except her toothbrush. Sandri's motto in life is, if there is a will, there is a way. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Vice President, Membership, Cavalier Sanduni. Moving on to Vice President, Education, Cavalier Shenaz Ahmad. Shenaz is one who loves baby stuff like cartoons, Nestum. She is a big fan of song Taki Taki. She has a habit of laughing to every single word she says, which makes everyone around her comfortable. This clever girl is really good at emphasizing the things we are doing as a simple tasks, even though we had found it really difficult. This sweet and generous girl is someone whom you can trust and depend on. Also, it is really good to have a girl who can play the bongo when it matters. Nice individual to have for a trip. Her motto in life: don't try to be perfect, be real and do your best. Ladies and gentlemen, Vice President Education, Gavel Shenaz, for you. Now, the President of the club, Gavel WUSL Delisle. Whenever you hear the name Gavel, his name eventually pops up in your mind. WUSL is a person who tries to do work in time, but which will never happen. He is very beauty conscious and has a special skill to sleep anywhere at any time. But even with his busiest schedule, somehow he manages well to find out every new update about the members and tirelessly work hard to get things done properly. When it comes to meetings, he does not care about the time, even if it is midnight. However, all Gavel members respect and admire him for being a great leader. His motto is, "It's you who define your own destiny." Ladies and gentlemen, the leader of the club, the president, Gavel WUSL. Now that we got to know the incoming set of leaders, let's step into the formal part of the installation. I request the audience to ensure that your microphones are muted to maintain the dignity of the occasion. It is time to install the officers of Gavel Club FAPM of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka and to prepare them for the challenges that lay ahead. Dear officers, your collective challenge is to make this club strong by maintaining the club mission. Each officer is obligated to attend club executive meetings, attend district-sponsored club officer training, and prepare a successor for his or her respective office. Stay current on all new developments and the announcements published on the fraternity. I will now briefly describe the challenges and key responsibilities for each officer. The gavel will be displayed, implying that each officer is holding the gavel as a symbol of leadership. As I briefly describe the challenges you must meet and the responsibilities you must each fulfill. I now request the gavel to be shown on screen, please. Starting with the project coordinator, Gavel M. Akil Shahan. Gavel Shahan, having been elected as the project coordinator, you are responsible for managing all the projects in the club and will have to coordinate the personnel involved in each project along with the executive committee. Will you, as the project coordinator, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Editors, Gavel Ashita Udayakumara and Gavel Ayatma Nethmini. Can we have both of them spotlighted? Having been elected as editors, you are responsible for planning, supervising, and designing all the graphic media content required for all club activities and will be the head of the editorial team. You shall work cooperatively with the Vice President Public Relations in the assigned club activities. Will you, as the editors, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Moving on to Sergeant at Arms, Cavalier Rasika Pavanta. Cavalier Rasika, having been elected as the Sergeant at Arms, you are the master of hosts of all club meetings. You are responsible for making proper online or physical arrangements for the club meetings, maintain club equipment in working order, and ensure that adequate club supplies are available, make all relevant educational and PR material displayed, orderly conduct of club meetings, including arranging meal service, meeting room, and you have to ensure that each member and guest is welcomed at club meetings. Will you, as the Sergeant at Arms of the club, accept this challenge and perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Junior Treasurer Gavel Vihanga Patapandi. Gavel Vihanga. Having been elected as the treasurer, as the junior treasurer, you are responsible for the development and execution of financial policies, procedures, audits, and controls. And you are also answerable to the senior treasurer and the registrar on the use of funds belonging to the club. You have to receive and disperse funds and maintain the bank account of the club. You need to notify club of club dues, remit dues, and report to Toastmasters International. Will you, as junior treasurer, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Assistant Secretary Gavel Samindi Jayakodi. Having been elected as the Assistant Secretary of the club, you shall help the Secretary in the duties and functions, and also in the absence of Secretary, his or her authority will be vested in the Assistant Secretary. Will you, as the Assistant Secretary, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Secretary Gavel Rusiru Chandrasekhara. Having been elected as the Secretary, you are responsible for club records and correspondence. You have custody of the club's charter, constitution, and addendum, and all other records and documents of this club. You are responsible to keep them an accurate record of the meetings and activities of this club and of the club executive committee meetings, maintain an accurate and complete roster of individual members of this club, including the address and status of each individual member, and transmit the same to the successor in office. And also, you are providing notices of meetings as required by the Constitution. You shall assist the registrar of the university, an office bearer, or an appropriate member who wishes to pursue the documents belonging to the club. Will you, as the Secretary of the club, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Vice President, Public Relations, Pathum Gavel Pathum Pathiran. Having been elected as the Vice President, Public Relations, you are responsible to maintain a positive image of the club. You are responsible in developing and maintaining the club's social media forums and the newsletter. And also you are responsible for developing and directing publicity programs that informs individual members and the general public about Toastmasters International and the club. Will you, as the Vice President, Public Relations, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Vice President Membership, Gavel Sadhuni Iriagan. Can we have Sandhuni spotlighted? Having been elected as the Vice President Membership, you are responsible for planning, organizing, and implementing programs that ensure membership growth and retention. You need to maintain an accurate membership roster and attendance records. You need to assist new members. You are the chairman of the club membership committee and should ensure that club maintains or exceed charter membership level of 20 members. Will you, as the Vice President Membership, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Vice President Education, Gavel Shenaz Amat. Having been elected as the Vice President Education, you are responsible for planning successful club meetings and educational programs so that each member has the opportunity to achieve his or her educational and leadership goals. You need to update member progress chart and report member completion of educational leadership programs. As the second ranking club officer, you preside the club meetings and exco meetings in the absence of the president. You are also responsible for monitoring club performance and ensure that each new member get orientation to the Toastmasters educational program, assign mentors, and conduct new member induction. Will you, as the Vice President Education, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you. The President, Cavalier WUSL Delisle. Having been elected as the President, you are the Chief Executive Officer and will be expected to preside at all club meetings and all regular and special meetings of the Executive Committee. Your challenge is to see that this club enables its members to achieve their educational goals. You are responsible for general supervision and orientation of the club. In cooperation with the executive team, you should establish long-term and short-term plans for the growth of the club. Your challenge is also to see that your club meets their goals. The gavel is the symbol of power and authority given to you by the membership of this club. Use it wisely and with restraint. You are a member of your team as well as a leader. A team is more than a collection of people. It is an emotional force rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and actions of all members with the common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. Work with your team members to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club which everyone is proud of. Will you, as the President, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. So, Master, you may stop displaying the gavel now. Members of the audience, it is now my pleasure to declare that these cavaliers are installed into the offices to which they have been elected for a term of 1 year, which commenced on 1st July 2021 and will remain in their position until 30th June 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all give a virtual round of applause to these officers. Will every Gavelier in this audience please switch on your videos? The growth and development of Gavel Club FAPM of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka depends largely on the actions of this executive committee. Please unmute and respond saying "we will" to the following statement. On your honor, as men and women of Gavel clubs, will you pledge to individually and collectively stand by this club, live with it, and work with it throughout the coming year? Gaveliers, you can unmute and say "we will."
We will.
Thank you. I now request the Zoom masters to spotlight the incoming president, Cavalier WUSL Delisle, and also the outgoing president, Cavalier Sasika Bandara, and to share the gavel on screen. The gavel between the incoming and outgoing presidents of Gavel Club FAPM of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka symbolizes the official transfer of leadership and responsibility between the two of you. Cavalier Sasika, over to you for a few words.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Shehara Disanayaka. A very good afternoon to you all. And I'm really sorry for not being able to attend this special occasion since I'm out of Colombo for an urgent work. However, I would like to congratulate the newly appointed executive committee, and I'm pretty sure that you all will take the Gavel Club FAPM to the next level. With that being said, I would like to officially hand over the Gavel Club FAPM of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka to the newly appointed President Gavelier Yoshel Delai and to the committee. Once again, all the very best and keep up the good work. We will be always with you all. Thank you very much, and back to you, the installation chair, distinguished Toastmaster Shehara Disanayaka. Thank you.
Thank you, Gavelier Sasika, for your words of encouragement and wishes, and for joining even if you're not in Colombo. That concludes the installation ceremony of the Gavel Club FAPM of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka. I wish Yoshel and the team all the very best to have a fruitful journey ahead, adhering to the core values of Toastmasters: integrity, respect, service, and excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, I now invite the President, Gavelier Yoshel Delai, to deliver his acceptance speech. Gavelier Yoshel, over to you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Shehara. Good afternoon, Dr. Sanjeeva Bovata, Chief Guest for the day, Professor HMLK Herath, Guest of Honor, Dr. Vishwajit Khandegam, Senior Treasurer of Gavel Club FAPM, Keynote Speaker, Dr. Buddhima Subisinghe, Toastmasters, distinguished guests, Gaveliers, and all who are present here today to grace this occasion. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all my fellow Gaveliers for selecting and appointing me as the President of Gavel Club FAPM of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka for the year 2021-2022. I'm of course much honored and delighted to bear the responsibilities and duties as the President of Gavel Club FAPM. Since 2017, with the formation of this club, different leaders with different styles and different priorities took over the club. But I found one common thing in all of them. It was to develop the members. The day I joined Gavel, I still remember. And there were not more than 12 members in the meeting. But now, after nearly 2 years, we have 100+ members and another 100+ students on the list. My heartfelt thanks and respect to all the past leaders of the club. As the president, with my team, I'm indeed proud and pleased to make huge reforms to our club for the betterment of our own membership. We were able to organize a mentoring program for all board members of the club to make us prepared to guide and lead the fellow Gaveliers of our club. Distinguished Toastmaster P. Kamravela, Distinguished Toastmaster Ruan Jayasuri, Toastmaster Rasmi Jaivir, and the board members of Gavel Club of University of Sri Jayawardhapura of the year 2020-2021 extended their fullest support for the success of this mentoring program. Today, I want to say, is so special to all our Gaveliers. First installation ceremony, Ecclesia 2021 is a dream that came true. Our valuable guests, Toastmasters, members of other societies of our university, members of fellow Gavel clubs, and our own Gaveliers. Your presence today is a great honor to us. We are immensely grateful to all of you. During the leadership of immediate past President Gavel Sasik Bandara the last year, we intended to grow the club and develop the membership to continue as a strong club and share opportunities. We successfully completed that. So now it's our responsibility to improve the members who trusted us and joined the club. My ambition is to make this club the finest place for everyone in order to create passionate Gaveliers where they can unleash their inner potentials to become successful and skillful personnel in every aspect of life. We need to make our Gaveliers not just speakers, but influencers. To see our members excelling in their own parts with better communication skills and great personalities is our aspiration. Leaders are made, not born. I want everyone to be leaders. Leaders with empathetic hearts, innovative minds, boosting energies, influential communication skills, and great personalities. We as a board will try our best to share opportunities with everyone because we strongly believe that great opportunities make great leaders. Also, I'm very much concerned and determined to create strong undergraduates who are capable to take challenges and living a balanced life. So I would like to urge every Gavelier to always make new connections and improve their interpersonal relationships and skills. I believe that it is not I, but always we. I'm blessed with a wonderful team, a team full of energy, commitment, dedication, compassion, and everlasting team spirit. So with them, I hope to uplift the Gavel Club FAPM to new heights. We are a team that makes the impossible possible. Finally, as a humble president at this special occasion, I would like to make a kind request to all our Gaveliers. My fellow Gaveliers, always remember why you joined Gavel and what motivated you and motivates you to be in the Gavel Club. It's all about you making yourself great. Define your own destiny. Also, trust us and be with the Gavel throughout and grab opportunities, face challenges, and make our club and our university proud. So let me conclude with a famous quote: united we stand, divided we fall. Long live Gavel Club FAPM. Over to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Gavalier Yoshel Dilal, and thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Shehara Disanaika, for your worthy support. Let us be grateful to the people who make us happy. They are charming gardeners who makes our souls blossom. I cordially invite the Secretary of the Gavel Club FAPM, Gavalier Rusiru Chandrasekara, to deliver the word of thanks.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to offer the word of thanks on this remarkable occasion as the Secretary of the Gavel Club FAPM. First of all, I'd like to spread my most sincere thanks to our Chief Guest, Dr. Sanjeeva Bovatta, Acting Vice Chancellor of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, who honored this function with his presence. Then, I would like to thank our guest of honor, the Dean, Professor H.L.M.K. Hera, Head, Department of Agribusiness Management, Faculty of Agriculture and Plantation Management, for gracing today's event. Next, I extend my generous thanks to the keynote speaker, Dr. Buddhima H. Subasinghe, Head, Student Life and Engagement, National Institute of Business Management, Director of the Induction, Toastmaster Pubudu Ginge, and the Installation Officer, Distinguished Toastmaster Shehara Disanaika, for their immense support, guidance, and enormous cooperation extend to all of us at this occasion. We have been fortunate to be assisted by a senior treasurer of Gavel Club FAPM, Dr. Vishwajit Kandegama. Sir, thank you for being the catalyst that inspired us to do our best and stand as a pillar of power. Sailors who are steering the ship of Wayamba University to the right direction are the Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Deans, and the lecturers of the university. So I must remark a proficient sense of gratefulness to all of our head of the departments, lecturers, and staff. Professor Bandara Gachanayaka and the staff of Department of Plantation Management, Professor Keminda Herat and staff of Department of Agribusiness Management, Dr. Dimhani Dikkumburage and staff of Department of Biotechnology, Dr. Kaumani Ratnayaka and staff of Department of Horticulture and Landscape Gardening, Dr. Amani Vijay Singha, and staff of Department of Biosystem Engineering. I, on behalf of Gavel Club FAPM, extend my sincere sense of gratitude for their time. These personalities have added a glory to our function. I take this opportunity to thank all the club members who are here to make this event more precious. From the clubs of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, Viascope, IEEE, Nature Team, SETS, Rotaract, and the Gavel Club members of University of Sri Chavardanapura, University of Jaffna, University of Ruhuna, University of Uwelassa, University of Colombo, University of Peradeniya, University of Moratuwa, University of Kelaniya, and Sri Lanka Technological Campus. Next, I'd like to give my hearty vote of thanks to our previous executive committee members who brought up the Gavel Club FAPM of Wayamba University to this progress with their immense contribution. Well, ladies and gentlemen, an event like this cannot happen overnight. It requires planning and hard working. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated who worked behind the scene to execute this event. A big thank you to the organizing committee of Ecclesia 2021. Project Chair, Gavalier Akil Shahan, Gavalier Samindi Chayakudi, Gavalier Rasika Bavanta, Gavalier Hiruni Pitigala, Gavalier Harshi Herat, Gavalier Amani Indraprabha, Gavalier Hiruni Anuttara, Gavalier Nilupul Rajapaksha, and Gavalier Nipun Jayaratna. Words are not enough to thank each one of their involvement and the willingness they have expressed to take on the completion of the work beyond their comfort zone. Last but not least, I, on behalf of my committee, pass my warm thanks to all the audience for their significant presence in this event. Thank you very much. Stay safe and have a good day. Over to you, Master of the Ceremony.
Thank you, Gavalier Rusiri Chandrasekhara. Anytime we sing the national anthem, it's an honor which beats our hearts. So, by marking the end of this successful program, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you all, please rise and sing the national anthem. Thank you all for your valuable participation. Memories are immortal things that kept in our hearts just like the gods above in the heaven looking at us in this moment. Let's make this occasion as a memorable one by having a group photograph. So everyone, please switch on your videos and when I count 3, say cheese. 1, 2, 3.
There are some more to switch on the videos.
Can everyone present in the audience can please switch on your cameras? Are we done?
No, Kanchana, wait.
Oh, great. I'm done.
I guess we are done, right? Any moment might be our last. You will never be lovelier than you are now. We will never be here again. But with happy hearts, filled with blessing and with the hope of seeing you all again with a new event. Good afternoon, y'all, and stay safe.